All right. So today is not going to be a great class. When I say so, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, it'll not be like a regular class. Hey Davik, hey Arush. It'll not be like a regular class. It'll be more of a reflection on what we did in the test. And I'm not going to share anybody's result or anything as such. But I have made some observation after going through your answer sheets. So the goal is not to get 100%. That is not the goal. If you all can get 100%, there's no point you all attending my class. We're already there. The goal is to look at, that's why I had scheduled the test, and I'll keep on scheduling it every month once or every 6 weeks at least. The idea is to learn from what kind of situation that you're going to deal with, what kind of question paper that you will come across, and how do you react to that, how do you manage your time, how do you find out or apply those techniques that will help you make better use of time and do a better job. Okay, those are so if I pick up any of the answer sheet, let's say this is one, I'll not disclose the name. What I see is, if you look at the questions paper, right, it had two parts to it. One was section 3 and one was section 4. And I acknowledge that it is not a 1 hour test. It was supposed to be like 1 hour 25-30 minutes test kind of. Okay, that's the time that was supposed to be given. I was a little greedy in giving you guys only 1 hour, and that could have been one of the reasons why everybody could not finish the test on time. What the observation that I made is, there are two modules, section 3 and section 4. Section 3, most of you have done a good job. Not many mistakes. Section 4, I saw most of you have probably not touched. If you did, only a little bit. So section 4 which I talk about, I'm talking about the section where we had statistics related problem, we had advanced mathematical problems, and also advanced algebra and geometry and trigonometry related problems. So basically, maybe there was some gap on my side also where I could have planned it a little better. Next time onwards, I'll probably give you guys that 1 hour 30 minutes so that you have enough time and you can plan it well. So is that a fair understanding that I have, or you guys think differently? Okay. So first thing given, next class onwards, next test onwards, you will have 1 hour 30 minutes. That is one. And if you have, let's say, more questions, less questions, more time, less time, you will have to still think of how do you manage your time. That is going to be very crucial. Okay? Because in the test, you'll not have a second choice or second option. You do a test, you do a good job, you get the desired score, wonderful. If not, you have second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, as many attempts you want to take. But net, one thing that is very, very crucial for us to successfully do our test, I'm talking about SAT test and all, is time management. This is something that you all have to be champion. Okay? You have to champion this art of time management. What I mean by that, if I look at, let's say, a question paper, it has, let's say, 45 questions. And you are supposed to get 1 hour 30 minutes, I give you only 1 hour. So, the basic math I would do is, okay, 1 hour 30 minutes is 45 questions, 1 hour, at least 30 questions. One section completed, second section half done, at least, mathematically, okay? It's not for making me happy, it's about you guys being able to actually nail it. in your final exam. So time management. Now, how would the time management thing work? Any thoughts? What would be your plan? I mean, I'm just trying to understand that. Yeah.
You do all the easy questions that you can directly get the answer and skip the ones that'll take you a bit longer and then go back to them.
Bingo. That's how it has to be. So when you get a question paper, can everybody hear me okay? Saranya, Ritika, Dave, Rehan, everybody? Okay. Okay. So as soon as you get the question paper, now I have other opportunity to bother you guys one more time. This is going to be $1 million formula. See, you're not solving a problem, you're solving a question paper which has 40 questions. Read through all the questions quickly, think about what you want to do first, and then you start. So this is not localized to a problem, this is a generic rule of thumb that you can apply for nailing the exam as well. So for this time management, as David rightly mentioned, first look at all the questions, make your judgment and say, okay, fine, I have 45 questions. Let's say when you're reading through the question paper, okay, these are the questions written here. As soon as you are glancing through it, okay, this looks easy. Or let's say you have 10 questions here. While glancing through it, you're not going in detail or doing your analysis. You're just glancing through it to understand what the questions are. Let's say these two are the tough ones, which will need more time for you. Just mark them some way. I mean, if you're doing it online, obviously you cannot mark on the screen. You have a notepad. Just, okay, question number 5 and question number 8 towards the end. And then you start doing from the beginning. Skip these questions and finish all the other ones. Nikhil. So you have to choose. You have to do some divide and conquer in your test paper also. First thing is look at the ones that you want to park, and then you start. Easy ones, knock it up quickly, and then once you finished all other questions, and then you're only left with the tough ones, then you come back to these questions. And again, if you want to prioritize among them, that's your choice, depending on which topic, which one clicks faster for you. But that would be one strategy. Yeah.
Also, if you spend too long on something that's like really hard, you could just like guess and come back to it.
Yeah. So if you find something very tough, like Davik is saying that, let's say you found 8 questions, these 2 you have marked, just make some judgment around them and make a guess. Mark those questions. You don't leave it empty, because if you're leaving it empty, you will get 0. If you mark one of the answers, at least you have 25% chance of being right. Okay. So that is second strategy. Now, what is the third strategy? Hello, Tansi.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. So Tansi, I'm not in a mood to teach today. I'm kind of trying to preach. I mean, preach as in the test that you guys took last Sunday. I'm just trying to share some feedback. I see that we have opportunity for time management so that we can attempt maximum questions in the right way. Now, so these are 2 strategies, okay? First is, as soon as you get the question paper, read through it, or glance through it quickly. Maximum time that you might want to allot would be not more than 5 minutes. You're glancing through the questions, you're not reading them in detail. Davi Kalu shared. Maximum allocate 5 minutes to glance through them, and then mark the ones that you believe is going to take longer. Make some guess for those questions and then start from the beginning. That is one strategy. Second strategy, like Davik said, even if you have marked these questions for doing towards the end because you believe it's going to take longer, make some guess. Don't keep it empty or blank. Make some guesses and then move on. Now the next strategy is review. So like I said, you have to keep 5 minutes in the beginning and keep 10 minutes towards the end for review. Things that are easy, you don't want to go wrong with them. So this 15 minutes you have to keep aside. If you are talking about a test which is going to take 1 hour 30 minutes, you have to always calculate that you have only 1 hour 15 minutes. Not to get stressed out, but to plan. this 10 minutes is for doing the review. First one, okay. This is okay. This looks okay. Third one, okay. This is the question. Okay, this is what I've done. Okay, this looks fine. So again, you will not do it the way I do in the class, where I'm kind of peeling off each and every layer of the onion. You will not do it. It will be more of an opportunity for you to see, okay, fine. I have done 8 questions which I believe was easy ones. I'm just doing the review so that those 8s don't go wrong. Yeah. So, planning, executing and reviewing. Planning, executing and reviewing. If you want to call it per, I don't mind. But these are the basic building blocks of how you would approach your test. Any questions? No questions. Jenna, Neil, Ritika. No questions. Tansi, Rehan. No questions. Okay. And one other thing that I'm trying to fix from my side, okay? There were some mistakes that I also committed in the test. One is obviously I did not give you enough time, so that I'll fix. Second thing is, I would not want to do test for you guys with those toddlers, okay? Because they would probably not understand the seriousness of the exam that you guys are getting into, okay? They still have few more years. So what I'll do is, for all the SAT kids, it will be done in a separate group, on a separate day. And for the younger ones, it will be done separately. Because if they go wrong, they have more time to recover. For you guys, it's more serious. So, and obviously I don't have such a big house, so I can manage smaller groups, right? But for you guys, make sure that when you are in the exam-like setup, everybody stays 100%, if not more, focused on only that test. Don't even look at who is sitting next to you, kind of a thing. I would want us to simulate the actual exam-like scenario in the test that we do here, so that we would know where we are going wrong, where we are consuming more time, where we are getting distracted, where we have opportunity for doing better. Any questions? No? Pranit, no questions? Saranya, any questions, beta? No? Okay. Let me see who all are here. I know some kids would have gone to enjoy a long weekend with family. Nikhil, any questions? Chris? No questions? All right. Okay then. Now, so since I have not picked up a topic for today, what I wanted to do was, we will try doing some problem from the second module, which we did not attempt, or many of you could not attempt. I'll just pick a problem randomly from there and see how do we solve that kind of a problem. And this time it will be more interactive thing, where I would want to hear from you guys what will be your strategy for saving time and how would you approach this kind of problem. Let me pick up one randomly. Let me see which one I can pick. Am I starting from beginning? So I will, from your test only, I will pick some problems randomly and we will see what are the tricks and techniques that you want to apply. Yep.
You said from the second module? So calculator?
Calculation part, you can leave it, right? I'm more interested in seeing how you want to approach the problem and what are the techniques that you want to apply for saving time. Okay, that will be our focus. So let me start from beginning. Are you guys okay with what we're trying to do or no? Okay. I'm picking up an easy one. We'll probably try solving 4 or 5 problems and that will be in any random order. We will see. and I want everybody to participate and contribute because we're not learning anything new. Whatever new that we have to learn, we'll learn from tomorrow. Today I wanted to kind of deliberate and kind of discuss as much we can to get everybody's point of view. Okay. So this is a question. Okay. This is what I have. This is called S. This is called T. This is called L. This is M. These are the lines given some names. This is angle 2. This is angle 1. Here, give me a second. My elder daughter has come back from college, so all the ladies are having fun. So, yesterday I went to pick her up from bus stop. It was a great environment actually. Okay, so these are the two parallel lines L and M, and these two lines are intersecting the two lines. This is angle 2 and this is angle 1. I have not read what we have inside. In the figure above, line L and M are parallel and line S and T are also parallel. If the measure of angle 1 is 35 degree, angle 1 is 35 degree, what is the measure of angle 2? What is the measure of angle 2? And you can find out the answer, and you are given 4 options: A 35 degree, B 55 degree, C 70 degree, D 145 degree. So I'm repeating the question one more last time. These are the two lines L and M which are parallel to each other. These two lines S and T are also parallel to each other. And you are given the angle 1 as 35 degree. You have been asked to find out this angle and say how much it is. And you are having 4 options. Yep.
It's D.
Okay.
Because so you could use corresponding angles to to get angle 1 down on the same line as angle 2. You can use corresponding angles, and then you can do the corresponding angles again to get it next to angle 2, and you subtract 180 from 35 and you get 145.
Okay. Yeah, that was one answer. Praneeth, tell me, what is your answer?
I got 145.
You also got D.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether what Praneeth said, what Davik said, or what Arush said here is correct or not. So nobody has to believe them. You have to have your own answers. And then I'm interested in knowing how quickly you can find that value.
How quickly you can find what?
How quickly you are able to derive whatever answer you are deriving.
Okay.
We'll come to that. Yeah, Ritika.
I think it's 145 as well.
Okay. Anybody else? I'm loving that discussion. Can carry on as long as you guys are fighting among yourself. Okay.
I also think it's 145.
145. Okay. Arush, do you think it's a different angle? No. Same. Okay. Now, okay. So David gave me an answer, and that was convincing enough. Praneeth, how much time would you take for solving this problem?
It would take me at least 10 seconds because I know what it's talking about and how to solve it.
10 seconds for solving this. And 10 seconds is not that bad a deal. Jenna, how about you, beta?
I think it would take me a little longer because I haven't reviewed geometry
Okay.
in a while.
Okay. So all the kids who want to brush up on their geometry concepts, algebra 2, algebra 1 concepts, I'm not doing any marketing here, but there's a class on Mondays for algebra 2, algebra 1 and geometry. If you guys want to press the gas pedal, let me know if you're interested, and we can work on that, but keep that thing aside. Yes, Dave.
But
Wait, so for questions like this, can we just like assume that the angle is greater than 90 and eliminate A, B, and C?
I mean, see that those are some of the tricks that I want to learn from you, and I want you guys to spread that here. See, whatever David did, whatever Praneeth did, that was also a very efficient approach. I think Arush is also on the same line, same page. But here they give another dimension to it. They are saying that just by looking at this, I see this angle looks smaller than 90 and this angle looks bigger than 90. If this angle looks bigger than 90, I straight away rule this out. That probably saves few more seconds. So Praneeth taking 10 seconds, with Dev's approach, it might take 7 seconds. 3 seconds, those are precious. And again, I'm not saying that either of the approach is correct or wrong. This approach might work here because you are going with a visual, and that is convincing enough. But my recommendation would be make your judgment. Don't go by just the visual. Okay, sometimes the visual could be misleading. If somebody has as much talent as I have when it comes to drawing, and if you're relying on the drawing or visual alone, there might be a problem. So make your judgment for sure. So like you said there, this is a 90, this is greater than 90 as it appears. Yeah, this is fine. So then you would probably spend 2 seconds extra. Okay, fine. This line parallel, this is a parallelogram. This angle same, and this angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. This angle plus this angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. This angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. Or you'll say, okay, these two are corresponding angles, same. So this angle and this angle will be corresponding angle for these two parallel lines. So this plus this makes 180 degree. This is 35. So whatever you want to do your back end calculation, I will leave it for you guys. But yeah, Dave, your approach for this problem is also equally effective. It works. Okay? But I will say, don't use that as a default rule. Alright? Neil, Sarah, Thansi, did you guys like the argument that you heard from your friends?
I understand.
Yeah. Jenna, did it make little sense?
Yeah.
So see, the idea here is this. Be it a legitimate technique, be it a dirty trick. As long as you are getting it right, you don't, remember one thing, in your exam, you don't necessarily have to solve every problem. Some problems you would want to do without solving it. So this I'll leave it for you guys, okay? Saranya, are you okay with her?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm giving one question here, the next one. I'm picking the next one, and that, see, some of you, not some of you, most of you probably did not get time to go to section 2. But now if you kind of think about it, the technique that I keep emphasizing on, even for exam, read all the questions, then identify the ones that you want to do. This could have been an easy picking. This question says, if 16 plus 4x is 10 more than 14, is 10 more than 14. So 14 plus 10. That is what it is. If 16 plus x is 10 more than 14, what is the value of 8x? And then you are given options such as 2, 6, 16, 80. How much time you guys will take for solving this? 60, the question says if 16 plus 4x is 10 more than 14, meaning 14 plus 10. What is the value of 8x?
It's
David said A in less than 5 seconds. Praneeth.
The value of 8x would be C.
You think C, okay.
Wait, 8 times x?
8x.
Oh, then it's C.
Yeah.
I was looking for only x. It's
Yeah. So that is another thing. Another thing, okay? Every question has every word in it worth $500,000. I'll not say $1 million this time. $500,000 at
No,
least.
I thought that wasn't erased from the last one, so I ignored it.
Oh no, I mean that's okay. See, I'm not here trying to prove anybody right or wrong. What I'm saying is, read the question. You'll have to read the question. You will have to read the question. Okay? Ritika,
I also got C.
you also got C. How much time do you take? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20
I
seconds.
remembered it from the test because I remember doing this
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Okay. So, yeah, Dave. How much time did it take? I know you also will say C, but my worry is more around the time.
It took like 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
But I had a question for this.
Uh-huh.
For like questions like this, instead of manually solving it, wasn't it be faster if you just used the decimals calculator on the test?
Oh yeah, because they give you the.
They give you the calculator, obviously. So if that is your technique, see, if there are certain tools and techniques that helps you save time, don't even buy in my idea of doing it yourself. Okay? Because I'm not going to be there when you are giving test. So there is nobody bothering you, okay? Like I always do. So you will use whatever you are allowed to use. See, there is no point being a Harishchandra, okay? Harishchandra, you know, right? Harishchandra was a gentleman from ancient times who claimed to be very honest, okay? Who never told a lie ever. What I'm saying is, I'm not asking you guys to cheat, but what I'm saying is, if everybody is using calculator and you are just sticking to what your teacher, Mr. Birendra Kumar, told you, you will end up spending 2 minutes more and you'll be falling short on the competition. So don't do that. As long as you're not doing anything unethically wrong, I mean, as long as you're not doing anything ethically wrong, you're still fine. So if calculator helps you, please go ahead and do that. Jenna, is it making sense, beta?
Yeah, I'm just confused on how you even solve the problem.
How you'll solve this problem? Okay. 60. I'm reading the question one more time because I read it so many times I memorized it, which I'm very poor at though. The question says if 16 plus 4x is 10 more than 14, 5 more than 10, 10 plus 5, 10 more than 14, meaning 10 plus 14. So 16 plus 4x is 10 more than 14, meaning if you write that as an equation, this is what it will be. Now you have an equation, one equation with one variable that you can solve. Yeah? So it becomes, keep all the x on one side. And you have been asked to find out what is the value of 8x, okay? So 16 plus 4x equal to 10 plus 14. So 16 plus 4x, let me go step by step, which I keep prescribing, right? And don't jump steps. 10 plus 14 is 24. That means 4x will be equal to 24 minus 16. This guy goes from here to here, crosses border, positive becomes minus, negative. So 4x became 8. You have been asked to find out the value of 8x. You don't have to find the x and then multiply by 8. 4x is 8, 8x will be into 2, 16. Yeah?
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah? Alright. So, again, math. Loviswa, you got late by 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't loading, sir. My Wi-Fi was.
Okay, no worries. Alright, so these are some of the sample problems. And trust me, are these problems difficult? No. Are these problems, were these problems solved by everybody? No. So that for you guys to come to these problems, it's very, very important that you manage your time well. Otherwise, there is a gold mine here. You could not reach to the door of the gold mine to dig it out for yourself. And that you'll be able to do only when you do time management. See, I'm not expecting each one of you to get perfect 800 in math in SAT. Okay. If you get that, that will make me super happy. I'll start jumping here. But if you get 790 also, that will give you everything that you want to get. 780 also doesn't do any damage. 775 also is a very, very good score. So now the deal is, do you want to attempt for 800 and end up getting 710? Or you want to make that calculated plan which helps you get 760. 760 is going to be always better than 710. Are you guys with me? So make a plan that is better than the previous one. So now for all of you, regardless of which class, which grade you are in right now, I would say be ready to take the SAT test 5 times, 7 times, 8 times, doesn't matter. Your parents will not care much about that $25 that you are spending extra for every test. Like I did not. I'm sure everybody's parents will not care. As long as it helps you get your score better. Yes, Dave?
On the SAT test, are all the questions worth the same points, or is some questions more standardized?
No, that is something that is, I don't think I have decoded that yet. But for all these online tests, depending on the complexity of the question or the number of options that you have to choose from, they distribute it differently, okay? So, regardless, for you, don't even care about that because that is too difficult a riddle to solve. You don't want to care about that. For you, what matters is this. In your SAT test, you had, let's say, 40 questions. You safely assume that, okay, all are worth the same marks. Now, let's say when you reviewed all the questions, you found that there are 4 or 5 questions, okay? These are tough ones. You don't want to waste your time and energy for these 5 ones. Make some random guesses, okay? Let's say this is B, this is C, this is A, this is D, and this is C again. Just make some guesses. If you can make some intelligent guess, nothing like it, but make some guesses and mark these questions. Note that in your notebook or scratchbook. Okay, question number 5, 6, and 8, 17, and 25. I have just done some random guess. You'll come back to this later. You just spend a minute to mark these, put some random answer for them, and then now you're looking at your remaining 35 questions in the same sequence one by one. Okay? Or while doing a review, if you want to even go that extra mile, you'll say, okay, fine. You are out of 35 questions, you'll say, okay, fine. 2, 8, 9, 17, 18, and 36. These are category A, where I don't have to solve. Second, some effort but easy, category B. List down, mark those. I mean, so basically, you can use a different techniques, whatever works for you, whatever helps you save time. But the ones which is going to take maximum time, which is quite verbose in nature, or it involves a lot of difficult calculation, you certainly don't want to attempt them in the beginning, because if you get lost in one question, you lost one chance. You'll have to be ready for the next exam. Okay, so don't waste your time and energy on this one. Maybe these are easy ones. Once you finish all, then you come back here. You might have 30 minutes and you'll have no stress. You have 30 minutes left and you have 5 questions to solve. You have no stress. You know that, okay, I have already secured my chances for 35 questions to be right. So out of 800, my 740 is already guaranteed. Let me look at these. Yeah. So when you are going with a very cool, composed head and looking at these 5 problems, I will not be surprised if you get them all right, or even if you get 4 out of 5 right, and your score will jump from here to 780, 775, whatever. These are the golden scores. You guys get it, you will get a treat from me. Okay. And all these are not theory. I'm not only here to preach or make you guys feel good about it. We will actually practice these in the coming test. so that it becomes like a routine for you guys. From now for next 1 year, depending on who has test when, doesn't matter. From September 1st till August 31st of 2026, we'll have test every month. You will get 12 attempts to test, and these are free. Your parents don't have to pay for it. But this will give you enough practice so that when you go for the test, you'll be all excited to apply all these techniques that we are talking about. Yeah? Alright. Now, let me pick up another problem. And again, I'm not going in any sequence, okay? I'm just randomly picking up anything that I feel like. So, because if I come prepared, if I mug it up and then vomit here in the class, then that will not be of any use. I'm excited whenever I see a new question that I've not seen in the past, and gauge myself. Okay, am I qualified to solve these problems? Let's try solving it. I'll not pick a graph one because that will waste a lot of my time just graphing it. I'm picking up other question. This says, which of the following represents the relationship between H and C? H and C. Was there any background to this? Was there any story behind?
Can I see the question?
Question number 16. Okay, yeah. Oh, there's a graph, then says find the relationship. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just plotting a graph, okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, whatever. It says this is total cost in dollars, this is time per hour. So this is total cost of renting a boat by the hour. Cost is C and time is hour. Cost of renting a boat per hour. It is, first one is at 5. Then this is 8. This is 12. This is 3 is 14. So this is 4, 5, this is 8. So 1 comma 8. This is 2 comma 12. This is 3 comma 14. Okay, I'm stopping it here. So it says the graph above displays the total cost C. This is C and this is H. Say which of the following represents the relationship between H and C, and there are options given. Okay, C equal to 5H, C equal to 3 by 4 H plus 4 plus 5. Third one is C equal to 3H plus 5, and fourth one is H equal to 3C. So this question, right, this graph was for 2 questions, 15 and 16. If you read the graph, you understood the graph, then you could solve 2 problems together. It says, this is a graph. I'm just reading it for you guys so that it makes sense. This vertical axis is representing the cost of renting a boat per hour. Renting a boat by hour. Boat for K. Okay. So this is the cost, this is the hours. So if you just go here, you're not rented even for any hour, you still have to pay $5. When you come to 1 hour, if you have rented the boat for 1 hour, you are paying $8. You rented the boat for 2 hours, you are paying $12. If you rented the boat for 3 hours, you are paying $14. So it says find out the relationship that represents this graph, and between the relationship between C and H. Which one you guys are leaning towards and how? And what is the thought process here? And I mean, courtesy my drawing skill, you got to believe what I would say. These are straight lines. Yeah.
It's C.
Okay.
Because
That's
I think so, because A and B, it can't be those because 1 times 3 is 3, and then
I'll come to you for the explanation. Let me. I don't want anybody to get biased. Yep.
Oh, okay. Wait. I'll go C for now.
You'll go for C. Biswa, tell me.
I'll go for C.
Louder.
I'll go for C.
You also go for C. Praneet.
I'll go for C.
Okay. Ritika, Dev, Jenna, Nancy, Sarah, Neil, Saranya,
Maybe she'll talk to her.
Rehan.
I think it's C, sir.
You also think C? Okay. Jenna, how about you, beta?
So C.
They also think C. How about Rehan, Nikhil, Jenna? What do you think?
You see, literally one of the
Say it again, Nikhil.
I think it's C.
You also think C? I heard B and I was getting super excited about it. Okay. I know, I'm not saying that B is an answer, but I was just trying to see if C is not the default answer by everybody. Yeah?
Is that point 2 comma 12 or
no, that's 2 comma 12.
2,12. When hour is 2, it's 12.
Wait, is there another option, or like, because I think there might be a mistake. I don't know.
There could be, but these are the 4 options that was there in the question paper. Neil, Sarah, what's your thought?
Sir, I can't see the board really well. Like,
Trick question.
Something shining here?
okay.
Yeah, just give me a second.
TSL.
Is it better now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It could change. It's
Jenna, anything better? Your thoughts around it?
No.
No. Okay. So let me validate this. Now let me transform myself from a teacher to a student. So these are the options. This is the question. This is the graph. It says 0, 4, 5, 1, 8, 2, 12, 3, 14. And this is looking like a straight line. So this is my y equivalent. C is my y side of it and h is my x side of it. If this was a straight line, there will be a slope intercept form. Yeah? If this is a straight line, I can represent that in slope intercept form. Let's see what is my slope here. If I take these two, between 1 and 2, how much my y had changed? My y had changed from 8 to 12. 4 is my slope. Okay? And see, if it's a slope intercept form, this is where it is touching y-axis at 5. So, in the most ideal world, y equal to mx plus c is my slope intercept form of the straight line. Here my y is nothing but c. I'll replace y with a c, and x is nothing but h. And c is my y-intercept, that is 5. C equal to m into h plus 5, and this m is what? My y rise over run. My rise is 4 over run for 1. So this is my slope. So C equals m is 4 into h plus 5. Let's see if I have any equation matching with that. Yeah.
So if you do 12 minus 8 over 2 minus 1, but you get one thing, I think. But if you do 14 over 14 minus 12 over 3 minus 2, you get a different one.
That's a good observation. Yes, Praneet?
Yes, clear.
The points don't like have a similar slope. It's more quadratic rather than linear.
Okay, let me look at the question again. And you guys are catching me in the right way. That makes me believe that you guys are thinking about it. Okay, let me see if I picked up the points correctly or not. Oh, okay, my bad. my bad. So, okay, here when 1 it is meeting at 8, when 2 it is meeting at 11, sorry, it is 11. And then when 3 it is meeting at 14, when 4 it is meeting at 17. Okay, so here my whole calculation was wrong because from 1 to 2 is changing from 8 to 11. So it is 3 over 1. So my slope is, instead of 4 it is 3.
And that's C.
That matches with C. So even if you guys got a wrong question, you got the answer right.
I was gonna say none of the above, but there was an option.
Yeah. So, see, I mean, again, it's not about my drawing skills, which is pathetic, no denying that. But I did not mark the points correctly, okay? So the points were like, this was, I mean, I just told you guys that this is a straight line because it was a very clearly depicted straight line in the question. So that's why I gave you guys the clue that this is a straight line. If it's a straight line and touching the y-axis, my first hunch would be, can I decode that y-intercept form? Can I write this in y-intercept form? And what do I need for y-intercept form? What is my y-intercept? Meaning, where it is touching the y-axis? Yeah.
Oh, you can keep going also.
Yeah. So first is my y-intercept and then the slope. I know, I can clearly see from the graph it is touching at 5. So as soon as I see it touching at 5, these two are my obvious pick. One of these two. Then, what is my y-intercept? I mean, I got the y-intercept, what is my slope? Meaning how much is y changing for every change of x. So here my y changing from 8 to 11 for one change of x. Here it's changing by 3, and from 11 to 14, 3 for every change of x. So my slope is 3. So I'll just plug in here and then go from there. Though I took a little longer to describe it, but when you see this picture right in front of your eyes, you see the line touching here and you have a couple of options here. You have to first think, am I going to do anything big here? Or can I relate that with one of the most generic form of the definition of a straight line? And there are 3 options only. I mean 2 options primarily. Y-intercept form or the standard form. Why would you talk about the standard form here? Where you see that, okay, you have y on one side and x on other side. So y-intercept form is a better pick. Yes.
What I did is I saw A is 5H and I immediately knew it can't be that because 5 times 1 is 5, not 8. And then I saw D and that's 3C, so it's the same like situation.
Yeah.
And then I went to B and I saw that's a decimal and none of them are decimals, so like I just ignored that and I got C.
Yeah. So what Davik is saying is, here he saw these points, okay? I mean, if it is h equal to 3c, meaning this h is equal to 3c. Pick up this one. This is 5. What is my h? H part is 0 and c is 5. No, this doesn't fit the bill. So is the case with this guy. If I pick this point also, then h is 1, c is 8. So this is not 3c. I mean, h is not 3 times of c. This is out of question. Similarly, c is also not 3 times of h. 8 is not 3 times of 1. So this is also out of question. So it's a straight line, so each and every point on the line has to abide by the contract of the line. That's what the equation is. As soon as you substituted one of the points here in the equation, you could eliminate them. So these two. So again, for all your SAT exam, there are only 2 techniques. One is solve it or eliminate it. Okay? Solve it to get to the right answer or eliminate all the unwanted answers. Only one of these 2 techniques that you'll apply. So elimination is also a very effective technique which will help you solve a lot of problems which you would not be able to solve otherwise if you don't eliminate them. So these options are eliminated. Now you have improved your chances of being right by 50%. Right? When you have only 2 options to pick from. Yeah.
you can also tell because B is a decimal, just by 3/4 edge. So like, you can just ignore that.
So 3/4 h, that is nothing but your slope. C is your y, 3/4 is your slope. See, this one intercept thing is matching. Now you have to check whether this slope, just saying whether it's a decimal or not, that would not be my most preferred option because I don't know.
Because I put it in as an equation. I don't really think of it as like.
Yeah, right. So that's your elimination technique actually. So you put that in the equation to eliminate that, or just find out the slope. If your slope here, see, one thing is yours. Okay, now I'm getting what you're trying to say here. For every increase of x, your y is increasing by 3. I mean, or it's increasing a much bigger number. So it cannot be less than 1 for sure. Your y is increasing much rapidly. If the slope was like this, then your y is increasing slowly. If your slope is like this, you already see that your graph is moving much faster. Your y is increasing much faster. One technique, okay, that you can think of all this. If your angle of the line looks 45 degree or less, you are talking about your slope being lesser than 1. If your slope angle of this line with the horizontal x-axis looks more than 45, you are talking about your intercept being, your slope being bigger than 1. You can apply that concept and see if that works. Basically, it all depends on how steep your line looks. If your line looks steep and you have a slope of less than 1, not a good pick for sure. Does it make sense? So net here, if you look at the summary of what we did today, it was an utter waste of 1 hour for each one of you because your teacher did not teach you anything. But we reflected on how did we do in the test, what are the findings from the test. It is called introspection or retrospection rather. We are retrospecting right now to see what we did in the test, where we had opportunity for doing better, what are the takeaways from the test that we would want to actually take away with us, apply that in the future test so that we can be a better version of ourselves. Yeah? Be more excited about the test. Every test that you will take, you will not take it with the stress that okay, one more test. No. You will go to the test, see, okay, whatever I have learned, whatever I've practiced, let me apply that and see how better it gets. So that will keep that excitement on. You will stay motivated to do better. Whatever score you get, you will get. Okay, don't worry about it. Good thing is, it's not like a fail or pass exam. It's an exam which gives you an opportunity to get your score better. Okay? So we'll take it that way. We'll stay overexcited about it. We'll keep on learning things. And today's class was more of a retrospection of what we did in the test and what we want to kind of learn from it. So that is the whole goal for the test. Okay, I'm not here to give Praneeth 95%, Jenna 97%, Tansi 98%, Nikhil 94%, or whatever it is. Okay, I'm not trying to rate anybody here. I'm just saying randomly. Okay, or Arush 96%, Davik 99%, whatnot. Okay, I'm not here to give that percentage because that percentage doesn't solve a purpose. So that's why all these tests will be conducted the same way with a better planning, obviously. With little more respect for your time, but regardless of that, we will do retrospection of what we did, where we have opportunity, what we can do better. Okay. If any of you want to get a direct one-on-one feedback, let me know. I don't want to talk to parents to give the feedback. I mean, some of the parents have been reaching out to me to give feedback. See, I'm not a score machine. I don't give score and take pride in that. My goal is very simple and straightforward. Kids who are with me, they should learn something from me and then they get better. That's the whole goal. I'm not here to give any certificate to anybody. Say, okay, your son is the best, your daughter is the best. No, not like that. Yeah, you saying something? No. Okay. As long as I'm doing a decent job as a teacher, I'm happy about it. Yeah. With that being said, I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Tomorrow, I promise you'll learn something. Yeah. All right. All right. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hey Ved.
Okay.